Here are the 5 craziest things that Republican presidential candidates have said about immigration. Number 5, Bobby Jindal.
We must insist on assimilation. Immigration without assimilation is an invasion. We need to tell folks who want to come here, they need to come here legally. They need to learn English, adopt our values, roll up their sleeves, and get to work.
Now, that sounds reasonable until you actually start thinking about it for more than 5 seconds. The United States has been at or near the top in successfully assimilating immigrants for decades, regardless of what its politicians insist on. Maybe Bobby Jindal should go to one of those French suburbs he's always talking about, compare it to Atlantic Avenue in Brooklyn, and then get back to us. Number 4, Chris Christie.
Because guess what? Of the 11 million people who are here illegally, 40% of them didn't come in over the southern border. 40% of them came in legally with a visa and overstayed their visa. We need to have a system that tracks you from the moment you come in, and then when your time is up, whether it's 3 months or 6 months or 9 months or 12 months, however long your visa is, then we go get you.
This idea, which began as a Newt Gingrich joke nearly a decade ago, faces a couple of practical obstacles. First, human beings are not packages. Second, the Supreme Court recently ruled that law enforcement cannot track human beings without a warrant. Third, visa policies are reciprocal, meaning that what we do to foreigners, foreigners will do to us when we visit their countries. And finally, what Chris Christie is describing is a police state. Number 3, Scott Walker.
Well,
You want to build a wall north of the border,
Some
too?
people have asked us about that in New Hampshire. They've raised some very legitimate concerns, including some law enforcement folks that brought that up to me at one of our town hall meetings about a week and a half ago. So that is a legitimate issue for us to look at.
Like a lot of things Walker has said during this campaign, he has semi-walked this back, but he's hardly the only Republican candidate who is contemplating the ridiculous. Number 2, Ben Carson.
We need to seal our borders, but not just the southern border, but the northern border, the Pacific border, the Atlantic border, every border there is.
Let me say this slowly enough that even an internationally renowned neurosurgeon can understand. You cannot seal the border. It can't be done. You could build a 100-foot fence along 7,500 miles of land frontier. You could put a force field on the oceans, and it still wouldn't even affect the 40% of illegal immigrants who came to this country legally. We have visa waiver agreements with 38 countries, meaning they can come in without a visa. In order to seal the border, you would have to massively disrupt international flows of goods and human beings with disruptions that we can only begin to think about. Finally, our number 1, whose identity will not come as a surprise.
We're going to keep the families together. We have to keep the families together.
But you're going to keep them together out?
But they have to go.
What if they have no place to go?
Chuck, we either have a country or we don't have a country.
Let's be clear here. The GOP frontrunner is talking about deporting American citizens. We haven't seen an idea this repulsive since World War II, when FDR forcibly locked up Japanese Americans into internment camps. If that's the path Republicans want to go down, they better learn to love the immigration policies of President Hillary Clinton. For Reason TV, I'm Matt Welch.